Welcome guys. If you've seen any of my previous videos from the past, I don't know, about 2 months, you'll have probably noticed an echo, really, really annoying echo on the microphone. Finally, after 2 months of having this new PC, I finally figured out what was causing it. It was some damn pre-installed software. So I've deleted that, and now, fingers crossed, it will all be fixed and there'll be zero echo whatsoever. And you'll actually be able to hear my mouse clicks now, which I noticed, which is very strange. So listen, mouse clicking. It's so weird. So weird that a pre-installed bit of software can cause so many issues. So yeah, if anybody else has an echo problem, have a look to see if you've got a piece of software called Nahemicon pre-installed on your computer and delete it. It's a piece of garbage. Right then, that's the introduction out the way. Let's start a campaign. So I've done a tester campaign, just a couple of years, just to test a few of the features out, and yeah, I think I've got the hang of most things. I did notice one thing that is really, really bad, which I hope the devs fix. So basically, on here you've got a repair priority. It's preset to high. So any ship that has only got a certain amount of health doesn't get repaired unless it's at very high. Now the problem with that is if your ship has like 1% damage, you can't send it out into a task fleet. So it never leaves the port and it never gets repaired if you leave the setting on high. Now, yeah, this is bad for the player, but the major problem is I think all enemy ports are set to high, not very high. Because in the playtest that I did, I had the entire Russian Navy sat in Vladivostok and not moving, the entire Chinese Navy sat in Tainan and not moving. So basically, I'm pretty certain that they just took a tiny bit of damage and then could never leave the port because they were never getting repaired. So yeah, the first thing I recommend doing, set all your ports to very high, just so you don't fall prey to this. So it's a pain in the arse having to do, and I wish that the preset was very high. I've recommended it to the devs, fingers crossed they see the post and they listen, and they change all of the presets to very high. Okay, so that's that out of the way. Right then. So the last test I did was with Spain, and what I wanted to do was try and start a war with Britain to take Gibraltar, but unfortunately you need to cause tension in too many different seas. I wanted to try and start a war with America because all of these ports here, but unfortunately I couldn't get enough power projection for that. So I ended up getting dragged into a war with Russia and China, and then eventually Austro-Hungary. So what I'm going to do is not make any plans to attack anybody. I'm just going to play defensive, and then whatever wars I get in are the wars that I'm going to fight. So on the politics tab it tells you your GDP and your growth. Look at my GDP, 20%, 20 million, sorry, 20 billion and 8%. So basically if you put it on random, you get a random starting amount, or at least you used to. I assume you still do, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It might be a random starting growth, but the GDP is set. I don't know. I haven't actually tested this beta branch enough to find out. But it looks like we've got the worst GDP and one of the worst growths. So our growth isn't too bad actually. It's just our starting GDP. So we're going to have to abuse the naval budget system, or the naval budget percent system, to try and keep up with the enemy's GDP. So we're going to purposely go bankrupt a few times to spend our naval prestige to get some bonuses. Okay, so let's design some ships. Now, one thing I haven't had chance to do, I wanted to test out the submarines, but because I started in 1890, I didn't get a chance to test out any of the submarine stuff because it didn't get unlocked until really late on. I never reached that time. So what I wanted to try and do was test out these mine layer subs, because I've tested out the coastal subs in 1940 and they don't work as intended, so don't even bother using these at the moment. They're meant to be able to attack enemy task fleets, but it doesn't work, so just don't even bother with them until the devs fix it. But the mine layer subs seemed absolutely epic. So what I wanted to do was find out what research you need to be able to unlock them. Mine layer sub, okay, awesome, so it's the fourth one. That's good to know. So it is in this tree. All the different subs are all in this tree, it looks like. So I'm going to be testing out mine layer subs. That's my primary goal for this campaign. Because mines seem just ridiculously OP. But what I'm going to do is just have task fleets of one battleship, one armoured cruiser and one light cruiser, and then 5 destroyers accompanying them. So I'm going to design my destroyers to be minesweepers. I'm not going to use them to lay mines because I don't want to lay mines on my own ports because you can get friendly fire, and I'd rather use mine layer subs and use them offensively and keep them away from my own ports so I don't get any friendly fire damage. So destroyers are just going to be minesweepers and then eventually submarine killers when I get depth charges. And then let's see what the other ships are going to turn out like. So what have we got? Let's see what the main tower's like. 1222. 813. So I think I'm just going to stick with the standard Dreadnought. Just going to make it as small as possible. Let's have a look, see where the first jump in speed is. So it looks like there might have been a couple of minor jumps, but that's where the first major jump is. So we're going to try and build it to about that speed. Range up to full. I'm going to go maximum B, minimum draft, but I don't know whether that is the best decision in this new campaign. Let's see what we've got. Semi-oil, forced boilers, turbines. I'm not going to bother. Well, I suppose I could. It's worse on the fuel efficiency and stowage. Not going to bother with it. I don't think I'll bother with any of the manoeuvrability stuff with the battleships because they don't really need to manoeuvre that much. Now I want the battleship to be as cheap as possible basically, so I'm not going to put any armour on unless I actually need it for the weight. So let's just build the ship out first and then we'll come back to that afterwards. Let's just check out the others. Yep. Right, so I've noticed that engine efficiency can go up to 300% maximum, which the main reason you'd want that is for the extra range, but it's not essential. I've also noticed that if you have a look here, that you get some funnels that are like massively better than others. The majority of them are not really very good. You only take them because they save on space, but some of them, like this one, is massively better. And it's only a tiny bit more expensive and a tiny bit more weight, so just keep your eye out for things like that. 219, perfect. I'll take that. Let's have a look. What have we got in terms of barbettes? 2 of them, that's good. Guns, 5, nice. Okay, so we're going to go for 2 barbettes and 4 12-inch maybe? Yeah, let's go 12-inch. Okay, let's do the guns first. can put this on. I don't actually know if the shell splash interference is worth it or not, or if the gun aiming speed is. Now, one thing that I haven't figured out in this game, and if anyone else has and they want to comment, please do, because I'd love to know. Basically, if when you're fighting in a battle, if you hover over the enemy ship, it'll tell you the target found status, the range found. Now, sometimes it can be like as much as 6,000%. Sometimes it can be like 1,000. Now, I don't actually know what it is that changes this maximum number that you can reach. Now, the one thing I think it could be is this gun aiming speed, but I don't actually know. Now, if it is the gun aiming speed, then Coincidence has got a better gun aiming speed than Stereoscopic. I suppose I could test this myself in a custom battle, I'm just being a bit lazy. But if anyone actually knows the exact cause of what increases this, then please put it down in the comments. I'd love to know. Okay, so we're not going to bother with the acoustics or the radio. Let's have a look actually. The radio didn't actually weigh that much. I might go for the radio. I don't usually, but it might help with the new reconnaissance system. And the battleship's nearly always the flagship, so it'll help with the flagship communication and the communication range. So, yeah, let's go for it on the battleship. Okay, let's have a look up here. Just standard ammo. Now they've changed the way HE works now. The penetration is awful with HE, so it's actually better, in my opinion, to go for these higher penetration rounds with the HE. So I think if I'm going for higher on the HE, I might just go standard. Not 100% sure whether I'm going to need more than that. Let's have a look. 15 kilometers, 26 inches. The highest armor quality is 110%, so might actually go for capped. Yeah, sod it, let's go for capped, why not? Okay, let's stick heavy shells. I'm going to go increased ammo just in case we run out of ammo. I've never encountered a situation where you run out of ammo, because once your ships have fought a battle, they always return to port. They never stay out and fight another battle. So unless you're actually fighting a battle and then you get a straggle mission because you didn't finish the battle, that's the only time that I think this would actually come in to play. So I think I might go on standard actually. And then if I run into problems with the ammo, then I'll change it in the future. Now, Dunite is very explosive, but I like it. I know I shouldn't, but the shell penetration, I don't know, there's just something about it that I like. That might be a little bit too high. Is it too much of a risk going for that? Shall I just stick with TNT1? I'll stick with TNT1. I won't take the risk. I'm not bothered about reloading. I don't like the gun aiming speed minus, just in case that is the thing that changes your range found. Turrets usually traverse plenty fine when you're staying at distance, which is what I intend to be doing. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's just put the barbette up. Wow, that goes up really high. Okay, might put this up as well. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay, let's see what secondary guns. I'm going to stick some casemates on, I reckon. I'm going to go for 7 inches. Mark 2, Mark 2, Mark 2, Mark 2. Yeah, let's go for 7 inches. So I don't intend on using this ship to fight smaller ships. This is simply just going to be a long range it's not going to be fighting. The screening ships are going to be fighting the smaller ships. This is going to be fighting cruisers and bigger, really. If I'm letting screening ships or smaller ships get close to my battleship, then I'm doing something wrong. So, yeah, I don't need anything smaller than a 7-inch, I don't think. Okay, so next up is the armor. Let's see what I get for 12, 9, 9, 6, 4, 4, 6. Put that on 12. Okay, so we're on 124%, so we are going to need to do this. That'll knock us down to it at 108, so that is perfectly fine. We can just reduce some of this a little bit. I don't really care about anything else at the moment, I don't think. So let's balance the ship out first. Okay, so that's a bit too close there. Damn it, they haven't fixed this. That still looks too close. It's not far off. Maybe just one too close. Yeah, there we go, that's spot on. Right then. Right, so we're going to have to move everything slightly back. I wonder how much. So let's see how much that changes. Not much, so let's move that 2. That 2. It's not going to be enough, I don't think. It's not far off though. Okay, so we've got a 0.8 offset at the front. 0.1, okay. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So if the gun hasn't got a barbette number, then it means it can't explode unless they've changed that in this beta branch. So you can put these down to 0. They can get taken out, obviously destroyed, but they can't explode. So you can save quite a lot of weight by doing that. So we're just going to reduce these a little bit. I think that's what we're going to go for. That looks pretty fine to me. The aft weight is a little bit off again. Okay, that's fine by me. I think I'm happy with that. So let's see what we get for a battlecruiser. So we've got 65 and 60. That's got worse hull form though. Better resistance. Don't like this business. Might just stick with this one because it's got nicer placements. And what the large cruisers like? That'll probably be annoying. Main tower, 8 and 7. 5 and 12, that's weird. I think we're going to stick with this one anyway. So it looks like around there is the first cut-off. I'm probably going to need to do this, but I'll save it to the end. Yeah, I'm not happy about base accuracy only having +5 on this battlecruiser. That's pretty damn terrible. So we haven't got the nice big funnel on this one, unfortunately. So I'm not a fan of this battlecruiser, if I'm completely honest. But that'll do. Yeah, that'll do. So the way smoke interference works now is it's basically only if the smoke from your funnels, you're actually shooting through it. So it only affects you if you're travelling forward, so your smoke is going backwards, and you're shooting backwards, or if your engines get knocked out and you're stationary. So because I don't usually shoot backwards, I'm not really too fussed about the smoke interference. Right then. I'm not going to bother with radio or acoustics with this. That's something. There we go. That one will do. Right then. What shall I have in terms of secondaries? Well, let's do this first. Yeah, I'll stick with TNT. Might go for 8 inches, Mark II. I haven't got anything decent for Mark III, so I think 8 inches will work perfectly fine as long as they fit. They kind of fit. Does it obscure this? I don't think so. Maybe they don't fit. Ah, they fit there. It does obscure that though. Wonder if I knock down the diameter, if I can fit it. No. How much does it obscure it? Loads. Right. Let's see what 7 inches do. Oh, I can fit one there. There, maybe? How much does that obscure it? Not at all. Perfect. So 7 inches it is. Yep, that's perfect. Okay, so we've got a huge 4-weight offset. Let's have a look. Let's balance that. It's going to be really difficult to do something about that, unfortunately. That's about as good as we're going to get. So I'm going to have to balance it with deck armour, I reckon. Yeah, I reckon that's what I'm going to do. Okay, so we are going to need to put the armour quality up. So let's try this at 10, 6 and 6. It's not too bad. This is going to have to be really low though. And then we haven't got any superstructure, right, and we haven't got any barbette armour on yet. So it's going to be a bit flimsy. How high does this go? I feel like it's worth it. Because that's the only thing that can really blow your ship up. Right then. So maybe... Yeah, that's going to have to be the armour scheme. So... Let's reduce this. And then we're just a tiny bit over. Right, spot on. That's what we're going for. So it's not very well armoured, but it's got loads of guns. And it's pretty damn fast. I'm quite happy with that. Okay, let's have a look what we got next. Armoured cruiser. It's looking like that's probably going to be the best one. Let's see what the towers are like. 9 and 11. 13 and 18. I wouldn't actually know until I built it. Right, let's have a look. Main tower. Secondary tower. So we've got the towers on. And the guns. Right then, so they are 75 and 24. So let's see what this one is. Main towers. And the guns. Uh, 74 and 24, so they're basically identical. So let's have a look at see what the other stats are. That's got much better hull form. That's got much better resistance. That's a really tough decision. I might go for the resistance. Oh god, this is a really tough decision. Okay, so this is gonna have casemates. This one's potentially gonna have proper guns. Potentially. Let's have a look. Okay, so this can go about 26.3. And it can potentially, no, not quite. I mean, I could put them there, but I reckon it's going to go for 4 inches. 4 inches is no better. So it'd end up with 1, 2, 3, possibly a 4th one there. So that's 8 barrels. So 26 knots at 8 barrels of 4 or 5 inch. Where this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 barrels of 5 inch. And they can go unarmoured because the casemates can't explode. I think I might go for this. Let's have a look, see what speed can go up to before the huge increase. It's that one there. No. It's hard to tell if where. Can't really see any big jumps. So I'll probably stick around 26 knots. I'm gonna go for this ship. I don't think there's much in it between the two, if I'm completely honest. Okay, 14, 11, 8. So 7 and 14. So 7 is that big. 14 is... I'm gonna have big trouble getting the engine efficiency on this. I haven't got the space. Was this the one with worse hull form? It is. Wonder if that's going to affect the engine efficiency. So 47 with the dual medium funnel, 14. Let's have a quick look. So that can go up to 16. It's not very big either, so this has actually got much better funnels than the other ship. So this is the correct ship. And let's have a look at the engine efficiency. So yeah, I'll be able to get 100% engine efficiency on this with 2 funnels. The other one just didn't have the space for it, so that's why I'm choosing this hull. So we're going to go there and there. Could take acoustics on this. Doesn't weigh that much. Alright, what guns are we taking? Mark 3 11-inch. Okay. I think 11-inch will fit on these. Alright, nice. Okay, I was looking pretty decent. Let's put these on. And then secondary guns, this is where we were a bit concerned about them fitting on and obscuring this. So let's have a look. Does obscure it very slightly, but not much. Let's see if we increase the barrel. Not really, not much. Let's have a look if we increase the diameter. Not particularly. Okay. Happy days. I don't know which guns have got poor sector of fire. Everything looks perfect to me. Yeah, it looks pretty damn perfect to me. So 1.2, what have we got here? So 0.5. Yeah, looks pretty damn perfect to me. Okay, so that is what we're going with. 5s and 11s. Right then, armour scheme. What are we going to do for the armour? Can we fit 8? Yeah, so we can really heavily armour it up if we want. I do like having tanky armoured cruisers. That's not very high. Doesn't weigh very much though, so that's good. Yeah, that looks pretty decent. Right then. So we could just reduce the speed ever so slightly. 2 knots. That's not very slight. So let's have a look, see how much if we just reduce the okay. Perfect. That's looking pretty decent to me. Everything's fine, even though we've got this some guns have poor sector. Pretty sure they don't. Everything's fine, everything's fine. All is good. Okay. Armoured cruiser done. Light cruiser, what have we got? Semi-armoured are crap in my opinion. Although that's got 50 stability. Maybe, just maybe, it might be worth it. I don't know. The hull form though, Jesus. Nah. That'll do. Right then. What's this speed looking like? Somewhere around there. Well, I don't know, it's not a jump. It's just a gradual... I might just have it at 26. Because the weight is a big issue. Ah, turbines really helped. Let's have a look if we can find this big jump. So maybe 75 to 85? Yeah, 77. So if we wanted, we could go for 30 knots. So we might want to reduce that later on. But let's build it as if we were going for 30 knots. We could potentially take these with this, because it will want to get a bit closer. Don't like the ship floors though. Let's go for that for now. I'm not taking mines. Can't remember if I've said this or not, but I'm not taking mines with anything other than the submarines, because I want to use them offensively. I don't want the risk of friendly fire. I think I've already said this, but I've made multiple recordings that I'm not actually uploading, so I've forgotten what I've said and what I haven't on this particular recording. Interesting, that's... Right, fair enough. They're both called Rear Tower 3, but they're both different. That one's got better damage control. That one's got better base accuracy. That one's got better aiming speed. That one's got better night vision. Interesting. Okay. Let's just put it there and there for now. Funnels 87.57. Now that one's got aiming speed. All three of them have got aiming speed. Now I don't really know. Increases the target acquiring speed, but it always goes from 0 to 100. So does it increase the target acquiring speed? Because there is no such thing as a speed of acquiring. It's just 0 or 100. There's no ladder aiming anymore. Don't know why they got rid of that. That was cool, that ladder aiming was. So does it change the range found bonus? That's what I want to know. I should really test this. That is terrible engine efficiency. That's a huge problem. That's a huge problem. Look at the state of that. Oh, gross. I'm not going to be able to get a decent engine efficiency on this light cruiser. Okay, so I'm going to need to reduce the speed, clearly. Now, did that add the aiming speed twice? It did. So at least that stacks. 36 engine efficiency. Pathetic. I'm not a fan of this engine efficiency on this ship. And there's absolutely nothing I can do about it. Will the beam... The beam barely changed it at all. Yeah, not a fan. Not a fan at all. Do I really want a slower light cruiser than my armoured cruiser? That just seems wrong. Why would you even build one? I mean, it's going to be dirt cheap. Shall we? Shall we just make it 25? I don't really see much choice with the engine efficiency. Okay. Right then. So the whole point of this ship is to just kill enemy destroyers. So what guns do I want for that? 4s and 5s really. Both of them are Mark II though, unfortunately. I mean, the 4s will get Mark III sooner. Let's see how big they are. So I can fit 3 like that with the 4-inch. I can with the 5-inch as well. I think I might go for 5-inch. I can't fit them down here though. That's annoying. That is very annoying. I can fit the 4 inches. Do I want a hybrid of 5s and 4s? Not particularly, but I never normally do that, but I think I might on this ship. Bit of a weird setup, but I think that's what we're going to go for. Right, that's interesting. The 5 inches do have a barbette, but the 4 inches don't. So that means the 5 inches can explode, and the 4 inches can't. Can't fit this on. Let's have a look at what size this changes. So 4 inch is the only thing. Let's have a look. Oh, wait a minute. I'll need. So let's try it now. That's as good as we're getting. 4.1. That's not too bad though. It's got quite a lot of firepower to handle enemy destroyers. Should do a pretty decent job. Okay, it's not going to have much in terms of armour though. My aft weight offset is gigantic. Okay. I might just have to deal with it. Let's see how much of an impact it's having. 1.7 base accuracy. How much of a difference does that make? I don't know. It's difficult to really say. I wonder if 18 and 4.6. I wonder if we change it on here. No, it didn't change anything. Anyway, let's just put some armour on and then... Right, we're not going to be able to put much armour on this at all. So 333, but then 448, and then some superstructure. That's as good as we're going to get, I'm afraid. And then we've got that aft weight offset. Do we bother? Do we care? I don't know. That's better, obviously. Just means our aft deck is completely unprotected. I think we should be fine. What's the worst that can happen, eh? Apart from explosions. Right, that's what we're going for. And then our destroyer next. So I think I might just go minimum on both. I'm just going to use this as a torpedo boat and then also as a minesweeper. So that's its primary function. Not really sure how important range is on a torpedo boat, but okay, let's see where the speed jumps are. There might have been one there. I only really saw this one big one at the end. I didn't see anything after that. That's an insane amount. So maybe there was smaller ones further back. Right. Let's see what we can make out of this. Not really sure if I'm going to bother with armor. Yeah, I'll put belt armor on, but I might not bother with deck armor. Not sure. Weighs quite a lot. We'll put it on for now and then maybe take it off afterwards. So that's got better base accuracy and aiming speed and damage control and night vision and spotting. Okay, so that's actually a better tower. Just hasn't got the space for a gun. Okay, this is going to be tough to get a decent engine efficiency. Okay, so this one is the best one. And then we've got 22% for torpedoes, which isn't a huge amount. Let's just whack them on, see how much we can get. And then we've got 2% for a gun, just a tiny gun. Let's have a look, see what the 5-incher gives us. Just slightly over 4-incher. So that is pretty much all we're going to get out of this, unless we reduce the speed. Now, I'm not a massive fan of only having one gun on, but I don't intend on using this for anything other than torpedo attacking. So the one gun might be plenty. Right, okay. Could I get 2 guns if I reduce this? Yeah, I probably could. So if I wanted, I could reduce that and get a second gun. I reckon that might be as good as we're going to get this. Really, I like to turn these round. I feel like they get better aiming arcs, but I might be wrong about that. Yeah, it's only a very slight improvement, but it is an improvement. I'll just turn one of them round. It helped with the full weight offset slightly as well. So if we did that, that didn't help with the full weight offset. No worries. I'll do, I reckon. That will do. Okay, so that is our destroyer. Torpedo boat, basically. And then we want a mine-laying submarine. So, what we're looking at, 1.1 million. Now, I don't know how good these are going to be, these old tech ones, because the ones I tried were in 1940 and they were amazing. But these old tech ones might not be very good. But I definitely want to try them, because they might be awesome. But 1.1 million, that's half the price. Pretty much half the attack. Better stealth. Top speed is crap. It doesn't tell you the range on here, but I think the range is bugged. Okay, so 1.1 million is actually really cheap compared to these ships. So I think what I'll do is I'll end the episode here and I'll have a think about how many ships of each one that I want to actually purchase. Because I haven't got that much funds. It's going to be difficult to afford everything. But yeah, I'll call it an end to this episode, and then we'll pick up in the next one, actually buying all of these ships. So cheers for watching, guys. Take care. I shall see you soon.